Welcome to the second video of TypeDB introduction. Now, based on the schema created and data inserted, we ran a test query in the previous lesson. Now, we will execute 5 more queries, and that will let us know how TypeQL works and gain a good introduction about the query language that TypeDB uses. We will see one by one. So this is the first query. The person with the phone number has been identified as a lead, and the company would like to know who are all the customers who are in contact with the person since September 14th. Okay, so or in other words, get me the customers of the company who call the target person with a given phone number from September 14th onwards. Okay, and this is how the query is going to be written. Now remember, in programming languages, we always declare the type of a variable. So I will declare type int x int y. Okay, and now the same case with TypeDB also. Here, what only thing is right now we declare the variable. It is the other way around. It is like saying x is an integer, y is an integer, or just like in programming language, yes, x as int or y as int. Okay, in the same fashion here, all the variables begin with a dollar symbol. So first I have to declare at customer is a person, and any variable, any attribute in this case, which I want to use either as an input or as an output or for processing, should also be declared. Now in this case, now I'm going to declare a variable at customer is a person and has a phone number at phone number. And same case with the next variable. At company is a company, has a name telecom. Now I have to associate. Now the association or the relationship between two entities will have to be put within the square brackets, within the parentheses. So I define customer colon at customer, provider colon at company is a contract. So the relationship is defined, and for a defined relationship, the variables are assigned. Okay, so now the way we have to interpret is the company is the telecom, and that will be acting as the provider in the contract, and the contract is between the telecom company and the customers. The customer is at customer, and that customer is a person who has a phone number at phone number. Now that we have declared variables for all the customers now who have called the particular person with a given phone number. Now we have to declare the person with the given phone number. So we want to define the target. At target is a person, again has a phone number. Now in this case, right now we are not going to put at phone number since we have declared a variable. We will be assigning the values within the quotes. Double quote the given phone number. Then right again we are going to establish a relationship. That is, now we have the target. We also have the person who called, which is the at customer. So all we are going to do is we are going to define the relationship. Now, for every relationship, we have to put the parties or the entities involved within parentheses. So I define open parentheses, caller is at customer, call is target is a call, and it has an attribute that is target at target. Now I have declared all the variables that are needed. So all I'm now going to do is to declare one more variable, which is admin date, and I'm giving a value to it. And I'm also going to declare the condition at started. The at started is the started at time of a call. Okay, this greater than admin date. Now how this query will work? First, in the first place, at started will have to be greater than the min date, and min date is given a particular value. So now the at started is a variable declared for a call relationship. So it will browse all the call records. And figure out the calls that are greater than the particular date. And not only that, for all the calls, right? Now it will not just filter on the started at variable. It will also check whether the target or the person who received the call was the person with the phone number 8692154790004. Or in other words, it will browse all the calls relationship wherein the calls were made to 8692154790040 and the call started at is greater than the 2018-09-40. So now we will have a list of all the calls that were made to the specific person after the given date. So now we will have the at customer value populated. Now remember, the at customer has the attribute assigned, which is the at phone number. So when I say get at phone number, it will return all the phone numbers from which calls were made to the target phone number after the given date. So this is the result we will get. Now hope you are able to understand how this particular query works. We will see the execution of the query now. So this is the first query. I execute the query, and this is the log I get. So these are the phone numbers I get. Okay. Now let us go into the second query. Now here, right, they have received a complaint regarding the harassment. Okay. And they think that right now it has been caused by a specific individual. So they would like to figure out who the particular person is. The age of the person is slightly over 50 and is from London. And the calls have been made to all the young adults who are under the age 20. So they would like to browse all the calls, wherein someone with the age over 50 has made from London has made a call to young adults whose age is less than 20. So that right now they can figure out the pattern and trace who the particular person is. So now, first thing is right now we have to define the entity, and the entity is from a city, London, and has a age greater than 50. So we'll declare the first entity. At suspect is a person, has city, London, has age greater than 50. Now, again, the company has to be defined as an entity. At company is a company. It has a name telecom. And of course, you define the relationship between the parentheses, and it is a contract. Now, they will have to check the person who has received the call, and therefore we will define the person who received the call. So, at pattern call is the receiver, is a person, and has age less than 20. Now, again, we have received the defined the variables for the caller as well as the receiver as well as the company. Now we will have to define the relationship for a call. So any call from the suspect to the receiver, right? That's the next relationship is a call and has started. So there is a pattern call date. So we will declare the variable at pattern call date, and the target is a person who has a phone number, up to phone number, has his customer response. Okay. Now, what next thing is what we are doing is we have now that we have declared everything, right? Now, the pattern as well as the call as well as the pattern, the target and the suspect and the company. Now, let's go on and check the retrieval statement. Now, any time a suspect has called a target, which means that any time any person with a age greater than 50 in city London has made a call to a receiver whose age is less than 20, and the call has started at the specified time frame. Okay, so the pattern call date, the target call date is greater than the pattern call date. Get the phone numbers. Get the phone numbers of all the person. So at phone number, if you see, get at phone number. Where we can let's go back and see where the at phone number is coming. So if you see, That phone number is the phone number of the target person. Okay, so this should be the result. Let's run the query now. Now, along with the example, I have also declared one more variable at phone number, first name. So I would like to retrieve both the phone number as well as the first name. So let me run the query now. Let's go to the next query. Now, here a customer with the phone number and another phone number have been identified as friends. They would like to know who are the common contacts between the two customers. Right now, there is a customer A and customer B, and the company now knows that both of them are friends. Now, they would like to see who are all the contacts now which who are known to both, known to A as well as known to B, so that right now they would like to offer them as a group promotion. So that right now, for the entire group, right, they can make more calls with an offer. So now what they are doing is we'll have to get the list of common persons. So we'll define the common contact as a person. It has a phone number which is an unknown. So we want to retrieve the phone number. So we'll define the variable as at phone number and at customer A and customer B. So these are the two entities defined as person to complement A as well as B who are the given phone numbers. Okay. Now we'll have to check whether who are all the people A has called and who are all the people B has called. So what we are doing is we are checking the relationship, creating a relationship within the parentheses. So at customer A, at common contact, at customer B, and the receiver is at common contact is a call. Now get that phone number, which means that what will happen is it will now this is how the query will work. Then all the calls that A has made, all the calls that B has made, okay, it will pick up and it will pick up and get the retrieve the common contact, okay, which is present in both. Only if the list is present in both. It's an uncondition. So common contact, or in other words, the common contact should have received at least one call from A, or and one contact from B, at least one call from B. In such a case, it is good enough to call him as a common contact. And we want to retrieve all such phone numbers. That would be the next query. Yeah. The next query is who are all the customers who called each other, which means A has called B or B has called A, and have called the person X at least once. So besides having a mutual call between them, they should have connected. They should have called a person X at least once. Okay. So this is what we are doing. The target is a person and he has a phone number. Since we know the phone number, we'll assign the value. Company, again, we will assign a value telecom and we will declare two. Customer A is a person and customer B is a person. Now we'll have to create the call relationships. So we will create three call relationships. One is A, customer A has called customer B, at least one call there should be present. Customer A should have called the target, there should be at least one call. Customer B should have called the target, at least one call. So you only if the customer A, customer B have called the target and there exists at least one call between customer A and B, the target will have an appropriate value. And for such targets, right now, this is the value you have. Okay, so which means that what does it mean? A and B, anytime any customer has called the specific target, and anytime a customer B has called the particular target, and not only that, there exists at least one call between A and B. In that case, right, we want like to retrieve the phone number A and phone number B. So this is the way the query will work. It will pick up all the calls that are made to target, and that will have a list of customers A as well as list of customers B, and it will also check whether there exists at least one call between mutual call between the list of customers here as well as here. It will do a comparison. Okay, it's a kind of a self join to see the customer list from here and customer list from here, or either a caller or receiver in any other call. And if that's the case, then right, we would like to take that particular customer A and customer B and retrieve the information of the phone number of A and phone number of B into the variables at phone number A at phone number B. And this is the result we will get. And now we would like to do a comparison between the list of customers who have age less than 20 and who have age greater than 40, and would like to see what is the average duration, call duration. Now, in this case, what we are going to do, we know the age. So we will declare at customer is a person, has a age less than 20, company is a company, has time telecom, and there is a contact between the two. And anytime the customer has called anyone, it's a generic variable. Okay, it's a call. Then it has a duration at a duration. We want to simply get the utter duration, and not only that, we also want to get the mean of the duration variable. And this is what we get. You simply take this query and change the condition from less than 20 to greater than 40. You will get the mean for all the calls that were made by customers who are who have age greater than 40. So let me go back now and I will close this TypeDB studio and open it again. I confirm the changes. I go into Type Studio. I connect to the TypeDB. Localhost connect. And choose the database, IntroTypeDB. And I go open the project, which I saved. Now, this is a 5 query example.tqr. So let's execute all the queries one by one. So these are the phone numbers that are returned for the result of the first query. So I'll go on execute the second query now. So we got both the first name as well as the phone number. So now let's me execute the third query. Okay. So let's connect in the next video and talk about more on the type TB schema creation and TQL in the next few lessons before we get into the case study. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.